All right, guys, back at it today. Had a little bit of free time today, so I decided to fool around with the Nova a bit. I want to try and get it running, because obviously, if you saw my previous video, you've seen it'll start up and run if you pour some gas in the carb. Yesterday, I didn't do any filming, but I did try to. Now, I know this ain't exactly the safest thing, but I got a bungee cord on it, so it's okay. But I took. Hopefully, you can see. So I took the main fuel line from the pump, from the supply line that comes off the tank, and I filled this bottle up with some gas to see if the pump was pooling, which it was. It sucked this bottle dry like pretty quick and was smoking. So leads me to believe that I don't think the float needle in the carburetor is sealing, because it's just I think it's flooding. So here's the next thing. I didn't have the key to this gas cap, so I drilled it out and got out of there. I'll have to get a new one. And currently right now I have a hose. It's taking a while because this is the only hose I could find, but and it's filling. I'm sucking what is in the tank out. And surprisingly, this so far what's been coming out doesn't look too bad. Not what I would expect for a car sitting as long as it has, but it's definitely smells stale, but like I said, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna drain that out so I can put some fresh gas in it. And I went ahead and pulled the carburetor off. So pretty simple. And I did blow air down the fuel line to make sure that was clear, and it is. So I got the carb off. And and I pulled the filter out of the carburetor, and you can probably see that it's completely clogged up. So I'm going to clean that up best I can. If I can't get it to where I think it's clean enough, then I may just not put one back in, because I don't really care that much about this carburetor or this motor for that matter. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna try and get this stuff cleaned up best I can. I don't even have any carb cleaner. All I have is mass airflow sensor, which is nowhere near as good, but we should be able to make something happen. So let's get this carb tore apart and see if we can get this thing cleaned up a bit to make it run a bit better. Got my little trash can outside on a nice day workstation here. I do have a mostly clean rag, so that should be good enough for what this thing deserves. But definitely some crud in there. I don't know, some of the markings. I'm hoping I can keep all these gaskets together. There's nothing in there looks too bad. You can see that. And the gasket's intact, so that's pretty good. Try to save as much as we can. Some gas in there. Definitely has some crud in there. Like Blake said, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. So, and I think the main reason was I think that float needle was I think it was stuck open. All right. Hope for that fuel filter. Like I said, I may run without it. Oh, it's coming clean. I mean, it would be nice, I guess, to have it because I don't know how much crud is in that fuel tank. I'm going to assume this is still good. Usually, to test these floats, all you gotta do is you can get like a cup of, you can get a cup of water and just set this in there and obviously see if it stays float to the top or make sure there's no bubbles coming out like it's got a crack or anything in it. Well, let's go ahead and I'll test this one and show you all. Got our cup of water. Move that for y'all. We got our float and let's see if it floats. It appears to be floating. And then I'll hold it under. Like I say, if you hold it under and you see bubbles coming about it, obviously you got a problem, and then it'll sink down the bottom. This one looks good though. So, good there. Get it all. Once again, guys, I'm going through this just mainly trying to get this car so that it, I can hopefully put some gas in the tank and start it up and it'll run, so I can kind of just move it around the yard, in and out the garage kind of thing, so I don't always have to push it. Because like I said, if you see my previous videos, I've got plans to swap motor and trans in it, which I'm also having like mixed feelings about what I want to do with the car as far as drivetrain. Because my brother he already has a 5.3 LS truck motor in his 94 GMC Sierra. And he bought a 6.0 and cam and stuff for that. And he said if I help him swap it, that he'll let me get the 5.3 that's in it out. He'll give it to me. And that's a good motor. So do I put a 5.3 in here? And of course I'll do cam and valve springs and some upgrades. Or do I keep it traditional and try to find a small block or maybe a big block? And I'd love to put a manual trans in it. We just got to kind of see, I guess. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Comment down below. Give me some ideas. All right, guys. I'm gonna get this carburetor thrown back on because I don't have my big tripod. My wife left it at her studio, so we'll get this slap back on, and then I'll get back with y'all when it's back bolted up. What's going on, guys? I think where I left off filming before was when I was outside cleaning up the carburetor. I don't want to say rebuilding because I didn't rebuild nothing, but I cleaned it best I could with what I had. And I didn't even have any carb cleaner. All I had was mass airflow sensor cleaner. Seemed to do the job though. And surprisingly, inside wasn't that bad. It was mainly like just where the fuel inlet was in the carburetor, and that little filter that's in there was clogged up. So I cleaned that up. I siphoned out the gas tank, hoping that would get out the old fuel and that hopefully there wasn't like too much, trash in the tank. That proved to be wrong. So what happened was, I got all the gas out of the tank that I could get. I ended up adding a couple gallons of fresh gas. Which with fuel prices right now, I now regret doing that because the tank's still full of trash. So it is what it is, but I think I only dumped like maybe 2 gallons in there, maybe 3. So because I hooked it up, put a little gas in the car fired up, started to pull fuel, but it like almost immediately like cut off. So I pulled the fuel line back off the carburetor, put a clear plastic bottle just over the fuel line, and did some cranks on just to kind of see what it looked like coming out of the fuel line. And that's also after going through, I added another inline fuel filter, hoping to catch anything before it made it to the filter and the carb. But like I said, the car stopped starting up on its own. I pulled the filter back out of the carburetor. It was clogged back up again. So I was like, okay, so this tank is trash. And I had thought about pulling out and like cleaning it, but after looking underneath the tank now, there's like a wet spot underneath, so there's fuel seeping out. So it's trash. We need to get a new one. But what I ended up doing was this. So I took an antifreeze bottle from Napa, a fuel fitting that you can see right here that I had laying around, put some, I drilled it to where it was a snug fit, screwed that in, and I put some 2-part epoxy, that's like for plastic, around it, which you can kind of see it. It's like hard. Oh, that's probably better. Hardened up and everything. So I did that, and there's actually been fuel sitting in it now since yesterday, and it hasn't leaked out at all. So, and bungee cords that'll never fail. So that's what I did, and this is that inline filter I added before the pump. So that's what I did. Put some fresh gas in this, which there's still some gas in there, and that did the trick. So, and like I said, and my only intent with that is obviously I would hope nobody would think that I would try to like take the car for a drive like that. That was simply so that I could get the car running on its own, you know, pulling fuel, so that I can move the car in and out the garage and kind of thing, like when I want to work on it, so I don't have to push it. So, which that works. So now the car starts up, runs on its own, idles, does everything it should do, revs up, all that good stuff. So I'm pretty happy about that. My wife was making fun of me the whole time I was doing it. She was like, "You're out here just messing around with plastic bottles." And I'm like, "You don't get it." So anyways, so that's that. I don't know if I told y'all before or not, but I ordered floor pans for the car. I didn't order like full floor pan. What I ordered was both sides. So it's pretty much everything from like front to probably right before the like rear seat bottom section, and minus the trans tunnel coming down the center. So it's everything from front to back. I do know for sure I had jacked the car up and I got underneath of it like a little bit ago, just before I started filming. And obviously this floor pan is getting replaced. That floor pan's getting replaced. This floor pan's getting replaced. And the one on the other side there is actually perfect. And also the floor supports under the floor pans, those are perfect. There's no rust or nothing, so we'll be good there. So shouldn't be too bad. Cut that out. Welded around the outside, spot welded in with the braces, seam seal, and she should be good. And then I may put, I have some like, it's like bed liner from Eastwood. Someone gave me years ago, but it's like, you mix part A with part B and it makes like a half gallon. So I'm gonna use that probably after I do the floors and seam seal them. And I might brush and roll that inside the floors, and that kind of act as like corrosion protection, also like somewhat of a sound deadener as well. So I'm gonna probably do that. I had shown y'all previously conditioned the trunk. Needs some repairs just in there. It's really not bad. I don't feel like it's bad enough to wear it because this is all like, that'll all clean up. So really it's just right there. So I may just patch in a piece there. And then obviously I need a rear taillight panel. And then this, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's like a trunk filler panel. I need to get that too. Which really, I only really need like just this lip where the like trunk gasket weather stripping goes. So I'll get that. But anyways, I got floor pans unordered from Auto Metal Direct. So I'm waiting for those to come in. Oh, also, let me show you. This is all stuff I found in the car so far. This was all in the trunk. And some of it I'm going to use just for the heck of it. But we have a hubcap. This whole bag of stuff. Looks like one of those seals for a brake master cylinder. Some hose clamps. Some extra belt. Hose clamps. Hose clamps. Another belt. It says right there, power steering belt. Oh, this one says it too. It says fan belt. So, previous owner looks like he collected some stuff to maybe do a, excuse me, do like a little bit of a tune-up. More hose clamps. And we have brand new plug wires. Found these. Brand new AC Delco spark plugs. I wonder if there's a date on these because this box seems, I don't know how old, but this is definitely not how they look now. Yeah, no dates on that. More hose clamps. So we got plenty of hose clamps. Gas line antifreeze. Looks like. Oh, is this a new gas cap? Is that a new gas cap? I feel like it might be. Yes. Okay, so that's crazy that I found that because I don't know if you can see that. It was a locking gas cap with a key. I didn't have the key and I had to drill that out. So like so that cap's trash, which that tank's trash too, but now I have an extra gas cap. So that's cool. Like I said, all this stuff was just in the trunk of the car. And for, I don't even know how long. And we're all about this gas line antifreeze. Power steering fluid. What we got here? Radiator cap. That's the same as the one that's on it now. But like I said, it's still cool that all this stuff was in the trunk of the car. Little vintage detailing kit. Voltage regulator. That one looks to be old. The one that's on the car now looks new, so. Stripper cap. I don't know if this one is a new one or not. I don't know, inside it looks new. Some praying hands. So yeah, so this was all found in the trunk of the car, and that's pretty much it. So, like I said, it's cool that I found a gas cap. I can't use it on that tank, but got one, so that's a score. And you can't beat the price. Came with the car. So, I'm probably going to put the new spark plugs in it because it's only going to help. And I mean, maybe throw the, can't hurt but to throw the new spark plug wires on there too. Like I said, I don't know that I intend on doing any or much driving with this motor, but I don't know. Might clean it up and maybe cruise on the 6 for a little bit, at least while I'm working on other things and trying to get my parts together for the swap I want to do and all that. So, because I mean, if the 6 is running good, I mean, why make the car sit any longer, you know? Let me see if it'll start up. I don't know. Oh, keys in the trunk. I need to crack this door. Good enough. Oh, wrong key. Round is for lock, square is for ignition. There she goes. Steering. I need to do something about this headliner because that's annoying. Dome light works. I kind of want to drive it. I mean, I live on a gravel road, so like I wouldn't mind taking it at least up the gravel road a little bit just to see if this power glide, if it shifts. Kind of see how it does. But yeah. Shut her down. Wait for that to stop. A little water on the floor again. And she's still pretty smoky. Oh, I don't know. Might still need to take her down the road and beat on her a little. Maybe she'll clear up. But it looks like at some point somebody was kind of doing some, at least keeping up with the car, because it looks like, you know, newer radiator hoses. That radiator appears to be newer. New voltage regulator. Possibly a master cylinder. So somebody was trying to keep up, and that's a new battery purchased by yours truly. But like I said, it seems like somebody's was trying to keep up with it at least while they had it. The thing I want to do is get it like metal work done and maybe just do a little bit of cruising with the 6-cylinder. And then from there, once the metal work's all done and the car's solid, then collect my parts for motor swap, trans, and do all that. And then you can go around and do suspension, and you know, it just goes on from there. But my whole thing is I don't want to just like, because some people get a project car and then the first thing they want to do is just like, oh, let me just like gut this whole car and tear it completely apart. And now I'm at a point where like I need to spend tons of money in parts before it makes sense to put the car back together, because you know, you don't want to like work backwards. And then next thing you know, the car is sitting for years. You never finish it. You get tired of it sitting around, and you just sell it off. And that's not what I want to do. Like, I really want to enjoy the car. So it's going to get done in stages. And in the way that makes most sense to me. So, like I said, metalwork, that's pretty much like priority number one right now. So we'll get that tackled and then we'll move on from there. But my main thing is not to keep the car off the road for too terribly long. Luckily, we're coming into, I guess we are technically, we're in wintertime. So And I got this shop going up too. Like, big moves are being made right now. And you'll see that all come together fairly soon. So once that shop space is ready, I'll be able to get even more involved in this project and working towards how I want it to be. Question also for those of y'all watching, and some people have become interested in this Nova build. Let me get some input. What do you guys think? Should I keep, as far as motor, and I keep going back and forth. Can't decide because I've had LSs and all that stuff. But should I do y'all recommend keeping it old school and doing carbureted like a small block? You know, something, do y'all recommend doing a small block, keeping it old school, carbureted, simple, or maybe trying to get a big block and do something with that? Should I keep it, I don't want to keep Power Glide, but should I keep it automatic? Should I go with like a Turbo 400, Turbo 350, 700 R4? Should I look into trying to get a 4-speed, do a manual swap? My brother did that to, I think it was a 69 Nova he used to have. He did that for, he put a Richmond 4-speed in it, and what was that, a Super T10, and had a ZZ4 crate motor in it. So like, should I go that route, or should I do LS, like 5.3, 6.0? Should I do a carbureted LS, fuel injection? Right now I'm kind of just torn. I don't really know which way I want to go yet. So let me get some input. Like, what do you guys think? What would you like to see on the channel? What would you like to see the direction of this car go? So yeah, let me know. And then also, quick update. We have lots of parts, boxes. This is for Buddy's Toyota Tacoma. That I don't think I'm going to do that on the channel. I'm just going to probably do that as a off camera. That's a rear bumper I painted like a year ago, and it's never gotten put on. So bumper, fender flares, more for that. I don't think I'm going to film that. But this is all sheet metal, floor pans and fenders, and what's that, like grill support. I haven't even opened that box. Oh no, I did open that box. That's rocker panels and some other sheet metal. Still waiting on some other parts to come in, but that's all for the 66 C10 build that's also going to be going on same time as the Nova. So I'm kind of going to be bouncing between a few classic car builds all at the same time. But the truck's not mine. That's a buddy's truck, and the Nova is mine. So anyways, I'll leave it off here. I'll probably film again, do another video like as I do something else with the car. Probably not going to be doing too much with it until my floor pans come in. So like I said, I'll film, I'll keep y'all up to date, and like I said, as up to date with the car as possible. So as I do things, I'll film it. When I know, y'all know. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you have any interest in following any of the builds I have going on, and help me out with the channel. So anyways, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.